Mankind has built incredible wonders around the world, where some stand mysteries that are beyond explanation.
It was such a high-tech kind of construction that it boggled everyone's mind.
From gigantic stones perfectly aligned to intricate carvings far ahead of their time, let's track the clues are scattered across the world, waiting to be noticed.
Vittala Temple was built with the mind of creating a celestial palace here on earth. With that in mind, the king assembled the architects and great engineers and then great craftsmen.
A temple that plays music? That's exactly what people say about the Vittala Temple in Hampi, India. Among its ancient stone pillars, 56 stand out for a bizarre reason. These stone columns don't just support the temple, they produce musical notes when tapped, as if the temple itself was designed to be an instrument.
Because when they're struck, they emit beautiful and haunting sounds.
Local guides claim that each pillar is tuned to an ancient musical scale still used today. Some sound like flutes, others like drums. Even the British, puzzled by this, once cut a pillar open but found only solid granite. Scientists still can't explain how this was done, so was it lost knowledge or something beyond our understanding?
Heard reports of people trying to mimic it in modern times, to try to just do a little section of it, even one pillar. And people just haven't been successful, so.
Living wonder. If there's one place in Hampi that feels like stepping into history, it's the Virupaksha Temple. Since the 7th century, this ancient temple has been expanded over time, especially during the Vijayanagara Empire. From its towering entrance gate, known as the Gopuram, to the detailed carvings on its pillars, every corner tells a story. Inside, the grand halls, sacred shrines, and even an elephant named Lakshmi add to its charm. People come here to pray, explore, and even take part in centuries-old traditions. Whether it's the temple festivals or the peaceful waters of the holy tank nearby, Virupaksha Temple is more than just a monument. It's a living piece of history. Precise stonework.
These are the mysterious ruins of Puma Punku.
Some places feel too advanced for their time. Puma Punku is one of them. It has huge stone blocks, some over 100 tons, which are cut with machine-like precision. But the real mystery in this is that it was built thousands of years ago, long before modern tools existed. Experts say it dates back to 500 AD, but some believe it's much older, possibly 15,000 BC. The stones have perfect cuts, right angles, and drill holes, as if shaped by technology lost to time. How did ancient people do this? Some say a lost civilization was behind it, while others believe aliens may have played a role.
Here he found evidence, clearly, of lost high technology. We see laser perfection drilled holes.
Whatever the truth is, Puma Punku doesn't fit into history the way it should, and that's what makes it so mysterious.
This is wild. So what is going on here? Clearly, this rock has been somehow magnetized.
Ancient stone enigma.
It wasn't until German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt visited the site and began digging. They realized what was really at the site.
What he discovered was mind-blowing. After discovering the first T-shaped pillar buried at the site, he soon found more of these massive structures.
In 1994, Turkey, a farmer plowing his field noticed an odd stone sticking out of the ground. When experts arrived, they uncovered something shocking. Massive stone pillars, some weighing 20 tons, covered in detailed carvings of animals. As more were uncovered, it became clear that this site was over 12,000 years old, older than any known civilization. But how did ancient people, without modern tools, move and carve such massive stones? It seemed impossible. It couldn't have been made by humans at all. Maybe it was advanced alien technology. Karnak Temple mystery.
Karnak
Sedlec was the most important place of worship in all Egypt.
In Luxor, Egypt, the Karnak temple stands as a massive religious center built over centuries for the gods Amun, Mut, and Khonsu. Its great hypostyle hall had over 100 giant columns, each carved with intricate designs. The temple's obelisks, made from single slabs of granite, were transported from Aswan, 100 miles away. Even today, moving such massive stones would be a challenge. Did the ancient Egyptians really accomplish this with simple tools? Or did they have help from something beyond human knowledge? One thing's for sure, Karnak is not just a temple, it is an engineering miracle.
These are monolithic and carved out of a single piece of granite.
Mysterious megastructures.
The Colossal Temple of Jupiter.
There are ancient ruins all over the world, but Baalbek, Lebanon, is different. Among the Roman remains, there are 3 massive stone blocks, each weighing 800 metric tons. These stones were already there long before the Romans arrived. No one knows how ancient builders carved and lifted them 20 feet into place. Some believe they had advanced tools, but others think something even bigger was involved: aliens. One theory suggests that Baalbek was once a landing site for extraterrestrials. Ancient texts mention beings coming from the sky, and some believe they played a role in building this massive structure. If that's true, Baalbek might not just be a historic site, it could be proof that we were never alone. Ark of the Covenant. In the ancient city of Axum, Ethiopia, a secret has been guarded for centuries. The Cathedral of Our Lady Mary of Zion is believed to hold the Ark of the Covenant, the legendary chest said to contain the tablets of the 10 Commandments. The Ark is kept inside the chapel of the tablet, but no one is allowed to see it, except for a single guardian monk. He dedicates his life to watching over it, never leaving the chapel until his death. No photographs, no proof, only faith and mystery keep the legend alive. This hidden relic has made Axum one of the most mysterious holy sites in the world.
This new church was built 1965 by the Majesty Haile Selassie.
Secrets of Sacsayhuaman. In Cusco, Peru, an ancient site holds secrets still unsolved. Sacsayhuaman is a place of mystery and wonder. Some believe it was a fortress protecting the Inca capital, while others think it was a sacred site because of its sun gate. Hidden beneath it are the Chincanas, a maze of tunnels possibly built by an even older civilization. The site also has Sushuna, a smooth rock where Inca children once slid down, just like kids do today. At 3,500 meters above sea level, Sacsayhuaman offers breathtaking views. Now home to llamas, it still amazes visitors with its massive stonework and the skill of the Inca builders. Divine origin. Angkor Wat, Cambodia, is one of the most incredible temples in the world, but some believe its design has a supernatural origin. According to an ancient story, a young boy was taken to the heavens by a non-human mother. There, he learned divine building skills from the god Indra. When he returned to Earth, he built magnificent structures, including the Great Palace in the Mahabharata and the famous Angkor Wat. If this story holds any truth, then Angkor Wat might be more than just a temple. It could be a masterpiece with knowledge from beyond our world. Underground mysteries.
Known as the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon.
Mexico is full of ancient wonders, but some of its greatest secrets are hidden underground. At Chichen Itza, archaeologists uncovered a tunnel leading to a buried chamber beneath the famous pyramid. Inside, they found something incredible: a red jaguar throne decorated with jade and seashells. It was once a seat of power, placed in a room meant for ceremonies and rituals. Meanwhile, in another part of Mexico, Teotihuacan is known as one of the most mysterious cities in history. Massive pyramids, grand temples, and an unknown past. No one knows exactly who built it. The Aztecs later named it City of the Gods, believing it was created by divine beings. Some even say sky gods had a hand in its construction.
Teotihuacan, City of the Gods.
Mayan underworld gate. Mexico's ancient sites keep revealing secrets, and this one is straight out of legend. Archaeologists have uncovered an underground canal system beneath the Temple of Inscriptions in Palenque. This isn't just any tunnel, it runs below the tomb of the Mayan ruler, and many believe it was meant to guide souls to the afterlife. Using sonar technology, experts found the canals still hold water, reinforcing the idea that the departed had to be submerged before passing on. With inscriptions supporting this belief, it's clear that this wasn't just an ordinary tomb. It was a spiritual gateway. From hidden tunnels to towering pyramids, the Mayan world still has mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Battle of the Ancient Ones. Ancient myths often speak of gods who arrived, built great cities, and then mysteriously vanished. Some researchers believe this could be more than just a legend. One strange story describes a conflict between divine beings, one led by a falcon god and another symbolized by a great serpent. The enemy snake, called the Great Leaping One, was said to bring darkness and massive floods that wiped out a sacred island. After the waters receded, the elder beings, known as the Ancient Ones, were gone. Some think this serpent wasn't a creature at all, but a memory of a comet that shattered in our solar system, bringing destruction. It seems like these myths are ancient records of a lost civilization erased by cosmic disaster. Hanging Pillar. A temple pillar that doesn't fully touch the ground. That's exactly what you'll find at the Virabhadra temple in India. Built in the 16th century, this temple is known for its detailed carvings, but the real wonder is its hanging pillar. Visitors can slide a cloth underneath, proving it isn't completely attached to the floor. Was this an ancient engineering trick or a mistake? In 1910, a British engineer tried to fix it, but disrupted the temple's balance, forcing him to stop. Turns out the pillar wasn't an error. It was a masterpiece of design. Maybe ancient builders knew more than we think. Secrets beneath Hatshepsut. Some temples tell stories, but this one shouts power. The mortuary temple of Hatshepsut, built around 1490 BC, was no ordinary burial site. It was a statement. Queen Hatshepsut, one of Egypt's few female pharaohs, had this massive structure carved into the cliffs of Deir el-Bahari, filled with towering columns and detailed carvings of her greatest achievements. One of its most famous scenes shows her expedition to Punt, a mysterious land rich in gold and incense. Despite later attempts to erase her from history, her temple still stands as proof of her rule. Even now, it's a wonder of ancient architecture, one that refuses to be forgotten. Solstice Mystery.
The thing that people say when they come here is they're surprised how big it is.
Newgrange isn't just another ancient site. It's older than the pyramids and holds secrets that still puzzle experts today. Beneath a grassy mound in County Meath, Ireland, this massive stone structure was built over 5,000 years ago. At first glance, it seems like a simple tomb, but its design suggests something far more complex. Every year, on the winter solstice, a beam of sunlight shines through a carefully placed opening, lighting up the dark inner chamber. Some believe this wasn't just an architectural trick. It may have been a gateway for spirits to pass between worlds. Archaeologists continue to debate its true purpose, but one thing is certain: whoever built Newgrange had knowledge far beyond their time. Even after thousands of years, its mysteries remain locked in stone.
Be a gateway into the afterlife?
Unbreakable Pantheon.
Words like pretty, no, I mean they're solid, chunky.
The Pantheon in Rome is one of the greatest architectural achievements of ancient times. Built nearly 2,000 years ago, it has the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. Its round shape and giant columns make it stand out. The secret to its strength is a special mix of concrete with volcanic rock, helping it last for centuries. The hole in the center of the dome, called the oculus, lets sunlight shine inside, making it look even more amazing. Even with modern technology, the Pantheon remains a mystery. How did the Romans build something so strong that it still stands today? Maybe they had building secrets we still don't fully understand.
Business-like, sensible.
Forbidden treasure.
Contributions and taxes, and that started when the Maharajas and the rulers.
In 2011, authorities in Kerala, India, unlocked the ancient vaults of the Sri Padmanabha Swami temple, revealing an unimaginable treasure: gold thrones, sacks of diamonds, and priceless ornaments worth over $22 billion. But one vault, known as Vault B, believed to hold immense treasure, remains permanently sealed due to myths of curses and supernatural forces. Legends say it is protected by a powerful curse, locked with an ancient mantra that only a true sage can break. The door is decorated with cobra carvings, warning intruders of deadly consequences. Many believe opening it could bring disaster. With such vast riches hidden behind its sealed entrance, Vault B remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries.
When it came to the sixth door, which they call Chamber B.
Rat Temple.
We consider the rats as a form of the goddess.
In the village of Deshnoke, India, the Karni Mata temple is unlike any other. Over 15,000 rats roam freely inside, worshipped as sacred beings. Devotees believe these rodents are reincarnations of their ancestors, protected by the goddess Karni Mata. Visitors must remove their shoes before stepping inside, walking barefoot among the scurrying rats. Priests and devotees even share food with them, believing it brings blessings. Despite the fear of disease, no major outbreaks have been reported. For outsiders, the idea of living with rats might seem unthinkable, but for the temple's followers, it's a divine bond. Whether a miracle or just faith, the Rat Temple remains one of the strangest religious sites in the world.
I didn't want to come inside. I was so scared, but he dragged me here.
Temple aligned with the sun.
It's not just that it's a temple devoted to the sun god.
1,000 years ago, ancient builders created something incredible. A temple that follows the sun. The Modhera Sun Temple in Gujarat was built by King Bhima Deva Solanki, and its design is no accident. During special times like the equinox, the first rays of sunlight fall perfectly on the temple's sanctum. Every part of its structure reflects deep astronomical knowledge. 52 pillars for the weeks in a year, 12 statues of Surya for the months, 7 horses for the days in a week, and 24 pillars for the hours in a day. Near the Tropic of Cancer, this temple isn't just a place of worship. It's a masterpiece of science, math, and architecture. Even today, its alignment with the sun remains a mystery.
The entire global perception of astronomy and astrology.
Mount Athos. In a world where traditions fade, one place has kept its ancient rules untouched. On Mount Athos, an isolated monastic state in Greece, women have been banned for over 1,000 years. This sacred land is home to 20 Eastern Orthodox monasteries and around 2,000 monks who live by strict religious customs. Not only are women forbidden, but even female animals like cows and goats aren't allowed. The monks also follow Byzantine time, where the day begins at sunset. Though part of the European Union, Mount Athos still enforces its age-old rules. A place frozen in time where the past still decides who can enter. Forbidden Tomb.
Specific shape that exists only in Japan, and this is the keyhole kofun.
In Japan, there's a massive ancient tomb, so big it could fit 12 baseball stadiums, but no one is allowed inside. This is Daisen Kofun, believed to hold Emperor Nintoku's remains. Built over 1,500 years ago, this keyhole-shaped structure took thousands of workers nearly 16 years to complete. It's surrounded by moats and lined with mysterious clay figures, but the biggest mystery? No one knows what's really inside. The Japanese government strictly forbids any excavation except authorized researchers, keeping its secrets buried. What could be hidden beneath this enormous tomb? For now, only time will tell. Secret guardian of the Ark.
Is the church that claims to hold.
In Ethiopia, one church claims to guard one of the most legendary relics in history, the Ark of the Covenant. Hidden inside the chapel of the tablet in Aksum, the Ark is said to have remained untouched for centuries. No one is allowed to see it. A single priest, chosen for life, is the only guardian. Once he enters, he never leaves. The church itself stands on ancient Aksumite ruins, adding to the mystery. Is this truly the final resting place of the Ark? Many believe so, but the world may never know for sure.
The Ark is located just behind these gates.
Temple of the Bleeding Goddess. There's a temple in India where the goddess herself is believed to take a break once a year. High on Nilachal Hill in Assam, Kamakya Temple is one of the most unique and powerful energy centers of divine feminine power. Unlike other temples, there's no idol here. Devotees worship a natural underground spring flowing through a yoni-shaped rock. The temple is linked to the story of goddess Sati, and it's also a major hub for tantric practices. Every year, something strange happens. The Brahmaputra River turns red during the Ambubachi Mela, symbolizing the goddess's menstruation. The temple shuts down for 3 days, and then celebrations begin. Exorcism Temple. A temple where people scream, convulse, and bang their heads against walls while priests perform rituals. This might sound like a scene from a horror movie, but it's real. The Balaji temple in India is infamous for its exorcism rituals, attracting those who believe they are possessed. Visitors describe an eerie atmosphere as soon as they enter. Many report feeling uneasy, as if something unseen is watching them. The temple follows strict rules: no food or drink from outside, no touching anyone, and no looking back when leaving. No matter what voices you hear, those who disobey have reported strange experiences afterward. Whether you believe in spirits or not, this temple's reputation for unexplained events is undeniable. Portal to Hell. An abandoned church in Stull, Kansas has a dark reputation. In the 1990s, a man and his friend decided to visit it at night. The church was known to have only 7 windows, yet that night they saw an 8th glowing brightly. The ruined building suddenly appeared whole, with a roof, doors, and glass in the windows. From inside, they heard a choir singing. Terrified, they ran. Later, they learned that when the mysterious 8th window appears, something bad is said to happen in the community. Stull Church has long been linked to eerie events, satanic rituals, and an unsettling history. Gateway to Afterlife.
This is the inner courtyard to the shrine.
This place looks like it came from a scary story. Burned rocks, bubbling pools, and a strong smell of sulfur in the air. Mount Osore, or Mount Fire, in Japan's Aomori Prefecture is believed to be a gateway to the afterlife. A small stream from Lake Osore is called the Sanzu River, which, according to Japanese myths, is the river that souls must cross after death. In Buddhist belief, how a person lived decides if they cross easily or struggle in dangerous waters. The land, covered in blackened rocks and steaming pits, makes it feel even more like the underworld. The area is also watched over by Jizo, the guardian of lost souls. Real or legend, Mount Osore is a truly eerie place.
This is the inner courtyard to the shrine.
Temple guarded by snakes. This temple isn't just surrounded by the sea, it's guarded by snakes. Tanah Lot Temple in Bali is a famous Hindu temple built on a large rock in the ocean. Located in Tabanan, about 20 kilometers from Denpasar, it was created by a priest named Dang Hyang Nirartha in the 16th century. At high tide, waves surround the temple, making it impossible to reach. At low tide, visitors can cross and see the rock base, where venomous sea snakes live in crevices. Locals believe these snakes guard the temple from evil. There is also a legend of a giant snake protecting the temple. Many believe touching the sacred water near the temple brings supernatural blessings. Underground City of Bones. Paris is famous for its beauty, history, and culture, but beneath its charming streets there is an underground maze filled with human bones. The Paris catacombs were created in the late 1700s, when the city's cemeteries became dangerously overcrowded. Millions of bodies were moved into old stone quarries beneath the city, turning them into a massive underground burial site. Today, around 6 million people rest there, their bones carefully arranged in eerie displays. Visitors can explore a section of these tunnels, walking through walls lined with skulls and skeletons. Paris may shine above, but below, its past tells a much darker story. Hidden Inca Chamber. Machu Picchu is already one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world, but what if its biggest secret is still underground? In 2012, researchers were scanning beneath the Temple of the Three Windows when they found something shocking: a hidden chamber. The radar even detected metal, possibly gold, buried deep inside. Some believe this could be the lost tomb of Emperor Pachacuti, the ruler who built Machu Picchu. If that's true, it could change everything we know about the Inca Empire. But with no permission to dig, the secret remains trapped beneath the stone floors of this ancient city. Maybe some mysteries are meant to stay buried. Sedona Energy Vortex. Sedona isn't just a pretty desert town, it's a place buzzing with mysterious energy. People have been coming here for years, hoping to tap into something powerful. They say Sedona has energy vortices, places where the Earth's energy is extra strong. Some feel peaceful, others feel energized, and a few even claim they've had life-changing experiences. And then there are the UFO stories, bright lights in the sky, strange encounters, and things no one can explain. Crystal Maiden Cave. There's a cave with a chilling past in the jungles of Belize. The Cave of the Stone Sepulchre wasn't just any cave. It was a sacred site where the Maya performed rituals, including human sacrifices. Stepping inside feels like traveling back in time. Ancient pottery, tools, and even skeletal remains are still there, untouched. The most famous is the Crystal Maiden, a teenage girl whose bones have fused with the cave floor, making them sparkle under the light. Perhaps Maya went to such extreme lengths as if their world was falling apart, and they believed these sacrifices would save them. Sedlec Bone Church. A church made entirely of human bones. Sounds like something out of a horror story. In a small town outside Prague, it's very real. The Sedlec ossuary, also known as the Bone Church, is decorated with the skeletons of at least 40,000 people. Skulls and bones form chandeliers, altars, and even a massive coat of arms. In the 13th century, Sedlec Cemetery became a popular burial site after soil from Jerusalem was sprinkled over it. When space ran out, remains were moved into the ossuary. In the 1800s, a woodcarver carefully arranged the bones into the eerie masterpiece seen today. Creepy or fascinating? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Skull Chapel. This church may look normal from the outside, but step inside and you'll find yourself surrounded by thousands of real human bones. St. Bartholomew's Church in Poland is home to a terrifying chapel built entirely from human skeletons. The walls and ceilings are lined with over 3,000 skulls, while another 21,000 remains are hidden in a crypt below. The chapel was created in the 18th century after a priest and a local gravedigger collected bones from mass graves of war victims and plague casualties. Some visitors claim to hear whispers and ghostly voices, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Standing among thousands of skulls is an experience few will ever forget. White Temple. Thailand is home to thousands of temples, but none are as strange as this one. This is Wat Rong Kun, also known as the White Temple in Thailand. Unlike traditional temples, its white color symbolizes purity, while tiny glass pieces shimmer like wisdom shining across the universe. The entrance is eerie, with ghostly hands reaching up from below, as if grasping for freedom. Strangely, the grandest building here is a golden restroom, representing human obsession with wealth. Some once criticized its modern design, but today it's a must visit. If there's one temple that truly stands out, it's this one. Hanging coffins.
Hanging coffins, a traditional way of burial.
You won't find graveyards here, just coffins hanging from cliffs. For centuries, an ancient burial practice has left wooden coffins suspended high above the ground, with no clear explanation of how they were placed there. This tradition is believed to bring the departed closer to their ancestors and protect the living from wandering spirits. Elders once carved their own coffins, and bodies were placed in the fetal position, symbolizing a return to the womb. While the practice has faded, the eerie site remains a major attraction. The last known burial happened in 2010, yet the mystery of these hanging coffins continues to puzzle visitors in Sagada, Philippines.
The first person who carried that from the house are the relatives.
Skull Wall. In Mexico, there is a wall in which rows of skulls are carved into stone, creating a horrifying display. This is the Tzompantli of Chichen Itza, a chilling reminder of the Mayas' brutal past. Nearby stands the Grand Ball Court, the largest of its kind, where players once battled in a high-stakes game. Using only their hips, they tried to send a heavy rubber ball through stone hoops. But this was no ordinary sport. Some believe the losing team faced sacrifice, their heads possibly joining the skull-covered wall. A victory here meant more than just pride, it meant survival. Oracle of Delphi. Tourists arriving at this ancient Greek site are met with towering ruins and remnants of a once great sanctuary. Among them is the famed Temple of Apollo, where the Oracle of Delphi once delivered cryptic prophecies. On the slopes of Mount Parnassus, Delphi was believed to be the center of the world in Greek mythology. Pilgrims traveled from across the land to seek guidance from Pythia, the high priestess said to speak the words of Apollo. Over time, Delphi became not just a religious hub, but also a cultural and political one, leaving behind a legacy still studied today. Fatima Miracle UFO. Fatima, Portugal became famous in 1917 when 3 shepherd children reported seeing apparitions of the Virgin Mary. These visions occurred from May to October, with the most famous event being the miracle of the sun on October 13th. Thousands claimed to see the sun dance in the sky, change colors, and even appear to fall toward the earth. The Catholic Church later recognized the events, making Fatima a major pilgrimage site. However, some propose an alternative theory that the miracle of the sun was actually a UFO sighting. They argue that the strange sky movements resemble modern UFO encounters rather than a divine event. Though lacking strong historical evidence, this theory reflects modern reinterpretations of unexplained phenomena. Temple of Isis.
So we are inside the Isis temple.
A temple so important that they moved it stone by stone to save it. The Temple of Isis in Egypt, which was once on Philae Island, dedicated to the goddess of magic and motherhood. But when the Aswan High Dam threatened to flood it, experts carefully relocated the entire temple to Agilkia Island in the 1960s. Its massive columns, hieroglyphs, and sacred shrines still stand as a stunning piece of ancient history. Visitors report astronomical alignments and strange energies, while scholars suspect hidden esoteric knowledge is preserved within its walls. Either way, its survival is nothing short of remarkable.
It's the Holy of Holies, and whether you knew it or not, you have been going up.
Haunted Forbidden City. Some say the Forbidden City isn't just home to history, it's also haunted by the spirits of the past. This massive palace in Beijing has seen emperors rise and fall, but some say not everyone moved on. Guards and visitors have reported strange sights, figures in ancient robes, footsteps in empty halls, even the chilling sound of a woman crying at night. Some believe these are the ghosts of concubines and servants who met tragic ends here. Others say it's just the mind playing tricks. But with so many eerie encounters, one thing's for sure, the Forbidden City isn't just a place of history, it's a place of mystery. Open discussion.
In India, there's a temple called the Kailash temple, where this was not built, it was cut into a mountain from the top.
Did ancient builders have help from beyond this world? This Kailasa temple at Ellora Caves isn't just another ancient site, it's a mind-bending mystery. Instead of being built, it was carved top-down from a single rock, with intricate sculptures and towering pillars. Removing millions of tons of stone by hand seems almost impossible, yet it was done over 1,000 years ago. Some believe the precision and scale point to extraterrestrial help, while others see it as proof of human brilliance. Whether the work of advanced beings or sheer determination, one thing is clear. This temple stands as one of history's greatest architectural enigmas.
Human beings have done on this planet. I don't want to give away the credit to the alien.
Thank you for watching the video, and please like, share, and subscribe for such amazing videos.